Hey guys, this is Dani'i and welcome to this update video on the tropics. And so in this video we're going to be talking about our two disturbances that we have in the North Atlantic, and we're going to be looking at the GFS and Euro model runs to see what they're expecting in terms of these systems. And the GFS for a while has been hinting towards something potentially developing in the vicinity of the South Caribbean and making its way northward. And so before I go into details, okay, and so first off guys, I just want to let you know that just in case I sound quite low in this video, I've not been doing so well, but let's get on with it. So here we have our two disturbances. We have one that is just entering the southeastern Caribbean, and then we have one that is in the main development region that's going to be making its way to the northwest. And so let us talk about that one out in the main development region first. So this has a 30% chance to potentially develop into a tropical cyclone during the next couple of days, and so no development is expected until it moves into that shaded yellow region out in the North Atlantic. And so we really have to watch it to see if it might be a threat to potentially the US or Bermuda when it is going to be there. So it's really going to be taking a while for it to emerge into the North Atlantic. So it's really going to be slowly making its way up to the northwest. And so now looking at the disturbance that is just entering the southeastern Caribbean, we're seeing here that it is given a 30% chance as well. And so no development is anticipated as it makes its way westward, but when it moves over into the southwestern Caribbean, that is where we could have some development taking place, and then the system is expected to make its way to the northwest after that time. So it's not going to be moving straight westward and cross over into the Pacific. It is expected to make a northwestern turn, and that is where we could have some development taking place. But I would say that if we do have development occurring, we won't have it being very strong due to the potential land interaction that it could have with the mainland territories of Central America. So because of that reason, we might not have development. But this system is likely to emerge into the Bay of Campeche, and that is where we could see some intensification of the system. And so if you're in Mexico, you want to keep an eye on this. And as we're going to be going to the GFS model run, they have been showing back-to-back storms, and we're going to go to that soon. And so now let's take a look at conditions that are persistent. So first up, we have the ocean temperature map. And so as of right now, ocean temperatures are quite favorable in the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico, and out in the main development region as well. And so especially in the Gulf of Mexico, very, very warm to support any systems that are trying to develop. And so as we're going to be moving on now to the wind shear, so we have the different colors here mean different shear intensities. And so when we have the green, it means favorable, the yellow means neutral, and the red means unfavorable. So whenever you have a lot of those reds persisting, that is when we have a very unfavorable environment to accommodate tropical cyclone development. Looking in the vicinity of the Caribbean, we're seeing that in the region where we have our disturbance, it is quite unfavorable. There are some spots of favorable shear, but it is mainly unfavorable. And so as this is going to be making its way westward, that is why no development is anticipated until it reaches a more conducive environment, which is over in the southwestern Caribbean Sea. So that is where we could have some development taking place of the system. And then if it moves over into the Gulf and the shear is conducive there, then we really could have some rapid intensification. We could see what happened with Grace happening if this is what happens with the system. So we really just have to wait and see what is going to be taking place. But as of right now, if you're in Central America, please take the necessary precautions and stay safe. And of course, I'll keep you updated. And next, let's go on to the Saharan dust map. And so the different colors here show how dense the dust is. And so when we have the yellow, it means that it is not much dust there, quite light amounts. And then when we have the darker oranges going to that red and that pink shade, that is when we have a lot of dust. It's very dense. And so the reason we won't have a tropical cyclone developing in those hostile conditions is because it is dry dry air, which inhibits moisture. And so when we don't have any moisture, we won't have any tropical cyclones intensifying or developing because they are dependent on moisture. But taking a look across the main development region, we see that we have our disturbance that is out there being blanketed in the region of Saharan dust, which is one of the reasons development is not anticipated until it reaches a more favorable environment, which is in the North Atlantic in the open waters. And then in terms of the Caribbean, we don't have much dust there. The Gulf is definitely clear. So in terms of the Saharan dust, the Gulf is quite favorable to support any tropical cyclones developing because we really don't have any being persistent across the region, and also in the Caribbean, especially the western region of the Caribbean. And so now let's move on to see what our GFS and Euro models are expecting during the next couple of days in terms of the North Atlantic. Alright, so this is a map showing the isobars, and the isobars are lines of equal pressure, and so when you see them in a circular manner with a pressure below 1030 millibars, that is a low pressure system and can be our tropical cyclones. And so that is what we're looking for here. And so this is by Friday the 27th of August, and then we see that there are hints of something trying to develop in the vicinity of the South Caribbean, just south of Jamaica in that region. And so as we're going to be making our way to Saturday the 28th, we see that we have a 1002 millibar low pressure system. Most likely that is a tropical storm that is headed to portions of the Yucatan. And then as we head to Monday the 30th, the system has made its way over into the Gulf, and we have it intensifying. The pressure has dropped, and whenever you have a decrease in pressure, the system is stronger. So we have a 991 millibar low pressure system here, so this is probably a strong tropical storm at that point. And as we head to Tuesday the 31st of the month, there we have the system seemingly stronger because we have the isobars being more tightly packed, and it is making its way to portions of northeastern Mexico, about to make landfall there. And so as we go to Wednesday the 1st, we see that the system rapidly weakens as it makes its way inland. And so take a look at the South Caribbean, guys, just south of Jamaica in that region. So let's go further out to the 2nd, and there we have a 1004 millibar system making its way just in the vicinity of Jamaica. This is quite interesting. But as we head to Friday the 3rd, we see that the system is making its way over into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, and by Sunday the 5th, here is something quite interesting for the Gulf Coast, a 963 millibar system. So this is likely a major hurricane at this point. But as we head to Monday the 6th of September, here we have a 956 millibar low. So this is definitely a major hurricane at this point here. And so the landfall area as being shown by the GFS is somewhat similar to the Laura made landfall last year. And so this would be absolutely insane. And then let's go further out with the model. It does not stop there. Going to September 7th, here we have GFS showing something else forming in the vicinity of the Caribbean, and the model run ends there. And so guys, it is important to know that this is just a prediction. It does not have to be the outcome, and a lot of times we've seen where models expect systems to develop and be so strong, but as time goes by we don't see that being what really happens with the systems. And so let's go on to Euro. And so this is by Monday the 30th, and so Euro is expecting that the system from the Caribbean is going to be making its way over into the Bay of Campeche and make landfall in Mexico. And as we head to Thursday the 2nd of September, it is showing a system, most likely tropical storm, being out in the Atlantic. And so again guys, these are just predictions. They do not have to be what really happens out there, so we really have to wait and see. But as of right now, if you're in portions of the Windward Islands, you're probably experiencing some rainfall as a result of that disturbance making its way westward. And so as we're going to be heading through the next couple of days, if you're in portions of Central America, please take necessary precautions and stay safe. And of course, I will keep you updated so you know what exactly is taking place. And so that is it for this update. And if you found it to be quite informative, please give a thumbs up, and you can also share your thoughts with me in the comments or ask a question. I'll try to respond as best and as soon as I can. And just remember to always be weather wise.